Kevin Durant way outside. Delivers! Kevin Durant from downtown.
Well, the first thing... Hold up. The first thing I want to ask is, how you feel about the triple-double?
Specifically, or I mean, in general, or a specific person?
No, just in general.
I mean, it's just, at this point, it's just stats. I mean, it's not something, I mean, it's no big deal to me. I mean, I don't, it's just stats. It's stats. It's not, because anybody can do it now, so.
Yeah, when Russell Westbrook first did it, like, cause I didn't even really care. I think it's like overrated. Like, I think it's the most, like, one of the most overrated things in the world, because it's the most overrated stat to me in the world, because it's like, you know, when Russell Westbrook got it, when he started it, you know, he was doing a little going on a little thing when he had his MVP season. He was getting all them triple doubles.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like at that time, I just thought it was overrated. They was giving it to LeBron. You know, they was talking about it with LeBron and all these other players getting it, because I felt like, even you look at somebody like Draymond Green, he pretty much initiates the offense all the time. And a lot of times, if you look at his stats, he always get like 7 assists per game. So if he's able to focus on just passing, and Steve Kerr just allowed, because it rotates sometimes. You know, Kevin Durant is bringing the ball up. Sometimes Steph Curry bringing the ball up. Klay Thompson sometimes, but it rotates. So if, you know, Draymond Green just focus on passing, and then just try to get rebounds, and all you got to get is 10, 10, and 10.
That's it.
And that's a triple double.
But that's why I say it's I agree when you say it's an overrated stat, because anybody, you get the ball enough times, you know, you can get it. And what they was doing with Russell Westbrook, they were actually helping him to get it. Because if you look at I was watching some of the video from that first season, and it's like they were moving out the way for him to, you know, get the rebound. Now the assist, I get that, because it requires somebody else to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, if you get a big number of assists a game, that's impressive, because it also requires that whoever you pass the ball to make the shot. And not everybody's going to be in an ideal situation where they can get layups all the time. So I get the assist thing, but the rebounds, I mean, you know, why are you under there?
Exactly. That's what I was saying, because I was like, all right, especially when Russell Westbrook did it, I'm like, okay, if you got two, this was during the time, I believe Enes Kanter was still there, because that was the year after Kevin Durant left. So you got Enes Kanter and Steven Adams down there. Both of these dudes, one like 7'1", and then the other one is 6'11". You got these two dudes down there, like twin towers down there, could get these rebounds at any time, and you just gotta not be playing defense to be down there, or you getting like long rebounds.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not like he's this big guard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he just. I mean, he plays all out. I give him that, but the triple double has become overrated. You know, and it's just a stat that, you know, it's just a stat. You know, back when Oscar Robertson did it, but look how he was built. You know, he's built. Oscar Robertson was built like a small forward, or maybe even like he reminded me of Charles Barkley with shooting and ball handling skills. You know, that's just how he was built. So for him to get rebounds like that, I mean, to average a triple double before and who knows how many he had before they started, you know, keeping the stats. You know, then, yeah, it was a big deal, because nobody was really doing that. But now it's like, Anybody can get a triple double. Like you said, all you need is 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. I mean, it's not like it's some impossible feat that can't be done on a regular basis.
And it's so hyped to the point where let's say LeBron get 26, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and let's say he had like 8 turnovers in the fourth quarter when it really mattered.
You won't hear nothing about them turnovers.
Nah, and nothing. You're gonna hear about the triple double. That's it.
Yeah.
And you can't even say, oh, he had a bad game. He'll be like, how he had a bad game and he had a triple double. You'd be like, oh my God.
He had 8 turnovers in the fourth quarter when the game really counted.
Exactly, and missed some clutch free throws.
Like, were you watching the game or were you just watching him?
Or reading the stats.
And if you were just watching him, you would see, but when you have people that just no matter what he does, it's okay. And so it's like, okay, well, whatever. But they don't want to hear the criticism. He don't do nothing wrong. But that's how it is when you have this blind loyalty.
Blind loyalty. You need to get that copywritten. Put that on a T-shirt. Because that's exactly what it is. I'd be like, man, this is ridiculous. Jaden been, for those out there, that's my nephew, but, he been campaigning saying LeBron the great and all this. So yesterday we was in the car, he was like, Uncle David, you right. LeBron not that great. He messing up the Lakers. I was like, nah. Keep that same energy that you said when he came over there.
Nah, man. Well, nobody's going to admit that he's messing up the Lakers. It's not him. It's the Lakers. It's everybody else. It ain't LeBron. He makes players great. Not.
Yeah, I mean, because I find it funny that majority of players he play with, their numbers, they be, they have good numbers before you get with them, and then when he get with them, then the numbers go down, and then when he leave again, then the numbers go back up. So
yeah, because he requires so much of the ball. He has to have the ball. He's got to be the one. He's got to bring it up. He has to initiate, and then he's the one with it in the last moments of the quarter, but he ain't the one that's shooting.
Mm-hmm.
He's facilitating. All of a sudden now he becomes a great facilitator. But like I said, he needs to go somewhere and get somebody to teach him footwork and get down there in the post, because that would lengthen his career.
I think it's too late for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too late if he really wanted to do it. But I don't think he has any interest. He's a one-trick pony, and so he'll probably try to figure out once that trick don't work no more. But by then, it's too late, because he'll be 40 before you know it.
Yeah.
But when this contract ends, he'll be 37 or something like that.
Yeah, probably around there.
Yeah. So, dude, really? You really think you're gonna be still driving to the basket?
You ever seen? You get a chance to watch the dude Zion Williamson that I was telling you about?
Nah, but I mean, I've seen bits and pieces and flashes. That boy.
Yeah, he projected to go to the Cavaliers. So I don't know what they go. I guess they try
screw it up.
They try to push him as the. Well, I mean, their record is horrible right now, and they ain't won really no games like that. And they got Colin Sexton, but for the most part, I think they're gonna really push to try to get him, and they're gonna try to sell him as the next LeBron.
But see, that's where gonna make a mistake. You shouldn't. They should not push anybody to be the next anything. They should let them be the first, whoever they are. Because if you put those shoes on somebody and they don't fit and they don't live up to these expectations, now he's a bum. Because even though he may have good numbers, decent numbers, because because he didn't live up to the expectations that they put on him, yeah, he's the next LeBron. Well, all of a sudden, he's no good. And so I think that they should just let him be who he is, and because I wouldn't want to be the next LeBron. Hell, I mean, other than because of his pockets, would I want to be the original LeBron? And I mean, seriously, I mean, his game, like I said, he's a one-trick pony.
They getting on him right now because, the guy James Jones was one of his friends.
Yeah, I saw something about that where they say he called him and told him that, to expedite the buyout.
Yeah, I already knew. Like, I said it in the first video, and I said LeBron wanted him, and I knew LeBron gonna get what he want. That's why I'm happy. I want to send a personal thank you to Adam Silver, for sending LeBron over, because he going to demand a big trade. He gonna want somebody, and Adam Silver gonna go get him for him.
Okay, but my whole thing is, you do that. You get him whoever it is he wants. You make it happen. Now, what does he do with it? Because he wanted those guys that he had in Cleveland. Okay, yeah, you got to the finals, but look how you played in the finals. I mean, you got swept.
I think he's gonna get Anthony Davis this time. The only problem going to be he either going to get either Anthony Davis or Kawhi Leonard. They going to give him one of them. They're going to help him get to the finals, Dad.
Well, if they do Kawhi Leonard, it'll be free agency, because the only way they can get Anthony Davis at this point right now is a trade.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The reason I say,
but if you are the general manager for New Orleans, and the Lakers want Anthony Davis, who are you giving them?
Brandon.
That you think they would really want?
I mean, at this point, if he's demanding that he got, that's just like a hypothetical, because I heard one of the ESPN little analysts talk about this, so-called analysts, but they said that, let's say Anthony Davis asks for a trade because they started to lose again, and he already letting him know that he wants to be a star, but he not getting the proper due that he deserves. Anthony Davis a beast.
He is.
But he's
in a small market.
Yeah, so he wants to be in a bigger market, the way he's talking. So let's say hypothetically he just say, all right, well, this season ain't going good, and we've been sucking like we've been sucking. We went to the playoffs last year, but the chances of us doing that now are just slim. So let's say, all right, they losing. So if you at the table and he's saying he not resigning, or he just letting it know that he don't want to be there no more. So if you the Lakers, I'm unloading everybody, because I'm really, to tell you the truth, I'm not confident in none of the players.
Okay, that works in the off season when you have time to reevaluate and rebuild. A mid-season trade, you can't unload everybody, because who are you getting? I mean, you gonna load everybody for one player?
I mean, I'm getting, what I would say is Kyle Kuzma, Lonzo, and Brandon Ingram. Those three right there, and maybe if you got to throw in another player.
Okay, but do you think New Orleans want them?
I mean, Brandon Ingram.
No, because they have to want them in order for the trade to work. You can't just say, okay. I mean, and if you think about it, they don't really have any assets other than Kyle Kuzma, who I really like.
I like Kuzma. I just don't think his physical abilities will allow him to be he not well-rounded in terms of, he not an all-around player. He's just a scorer to me, and I feel like that's going to limit his. He can't play defense, and
okay, so there you go. These things that you're talking about, he don't do. His shortcomings, basically. I mean, if you're a general manager and you're going to trade your best player, he is your franchise. Right now, he is the face of your team. So if you're trading this guy, and he is the guy, you're going to have to get something of great value. I mean, and that includes draft picks. That includes your best players. That if you want Anthony Davis, and especially if I'm New Orleans, because I'm offering my best player to you, and you have to give me value, which means I need draft picks, and I ain't talking about the second round. I'm talking about first round.
But you do have LeBron, and if you think about it, the Lakers, when they made that trade. Look at the trade that they made, that LeBron made at the deadline. He had a whole new roster.
Right.
Then he made a trade a couple months ago where he got, I think, Kyle Korver and some other players for pretty much nothing. And LeBron got power to get whatever he wants, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, that's all well and good. My question is, if you're New Orleans and you're trading the face of your franchise, one of the best players in the league, he is your guy. You're going to want more than the Lakers are probably willing to give, because even if you bring him in, it'll be the same thing like it was in Cleveland.
I honestly, I really don't think. I think they have better chances of winning. Of course, I think they need a closer, is somebody that could finish these games. But at the same time, I think Anthony Davis, LeBron can easily go off at 36 in 3 quarters if he wanted to, or 4 quarters. And if he put that with Anthony Davis could easily go off for the same thing. But my thing is, when I look at Brandon Ingram, he's not a bum. Like, I think he's a good player, and we never know that he can become, let's say, because you look at Paul George, you look at Jimmy Butler, Kawhi Leonard, all these guys really didn't blossom until late in their careers, or in the middle, like a little bit after the beginning. So let's just say, because of LeBron, he's not able to flourish and be able to develop like he wants to. So let's say, okay, if the Pelicans, you say, well, Anthony Davis wants to leave anyway, and he prefers to go to the Lakers, because Anthony Davis is signed to Clutch, which is LeBron agency, really. And he's like, I just want to go. I want to be with the Lakers. I want to go there, and I feel like there's a good opportunity. I can win a championship. I can play with LeBron, and even if me playing with LeBron is probably going to give me a lot more attention. I mean, it may not be the good attention because he's going to get most of it, but it's still going to be me in a big market, and it could be promoted as me and him together. So let's say he decides to do that. You could say, all right, well, we got a young star in Brandon Ingram. You're going to have to take what you get, because that's where he wants to go.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I think they're going to do it.
See, you don't have to take. See, okay. If I'm the general manager of the Pelicans, you're not just because he wants to leave and he wants to go to the Lakers. I need to be able to go to my boss, the owner, and say, hey, this is what the Lakers are offering, but it has to be something of value. They're not just going to trade him because, one, he wants to be traded, and 2, because he wants to go to the Lakers. They will trade him if he wants to get traded, he really wants to go somewhere else, he doesn't want to be there. Whoever offers them the best deal with the most value.
But that may be the best deal, the best value.
Okay. First of all, if I'm trading my marquee player, I'm not trading for potential to get back potential.
But I mean, it's people who have done that just got potential. Like,
and how does it work out?
I mean, a lot of people got draft picks. Like, just
okay. Okay, now are the Lakers going to give up their draft picks?
I don't even know if the Lakers really got draft picks, but if they do, if you got Anthony, you getting Anthony Davis, I'm unloading every draft pick I got. I'm almost sure they got some draft picks from.
But you're going to have. Okay. You're going to mortgage your future.
Yes.
For a moment in the sun.
No, Anthony Davis is going to still be around. See, LeBron will be gone in 4 years. Anthony Davis, I can still rely that he's going to carry it on.
Who else are you going to put around him? Because just him and LeBron ain't going to do it because, one, who's going to be the one to take the last shot? Not Anthony Davis.
I agree. I agree.
Definitely not LeBron.
I agree.
So once again, you have to sit down and look at who. You can't just go into this blind.
I got one person in mind.
No.
All right.
Okay,
I ain't gonna go there. I ain't gonna go there. I just want to throw him out there.
Okay, now you got three people. You got Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and him. Okay. You still need 9 other players, and you can't.
Oh, you're not getting the if you stay with the team you got now, they gonna win the finals. Period. I gotta say it.
Say what now?
I said they gonna win the finals.
Who?
If no, I ain't gonna say his name, but if he did, I'm just saying those 3, or you could replace that Anthony Davis with Kawhi Leonard. That's a championship.
Okay.
All right, I'm telling you, that's stacked right there. It's just
okay. You got a whole lot of faith in him.
All right, I'm telling you. But nah,
he didn't retire for no reason.
Nah, he retired for a reason, and he'll come back for a reason.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. We're gonna let that be, because I'm not going down. I'm not even going down that little rabbit hole with you. You ain't gonna drag me in on that one. This just ain't gonna happen. But you go ahead and have your moment, because
I don't know. I think I'm gonna say this. I just think that the Lakers. I just it's not enough as far as like if you gonna send them to develop. I think they're great players, but I think they have to develop. And
nobody's going to develop with LeBron.
And that's my point. That's why I said they're going to have to trade them because of that. Because
okay, you trade them. Who you bringing in?
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I know who to bring, but the only thing I'm saying is you will have to trade them because those guys I haven't seen just based off. Or you got to analyze and you got to put the pieces together. The Lakers have been trash for 5 years straight. And they haven't made the playoffs. So then, now
gonna be 6.
You tired of losing, so you get LeBron. That right there creates expectations because he been to 8 straight finals.
Yeah, but okay. When the expectations win you a ring?
No, but that's why I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you got expectations now. Well, I'm putting everything together. So now you gotta. I'm looking at it from. You gotta look at it from a different perspective. Of okay, all right, we lost 5 years straight, haven't made the playoffs. We've sucked, and we got LeBron now, who people expecting fans, whether it's Lakers fans, LeBron fans, casual fans, they're expecting for the Lakers to make the playoffs. So now you like, all right, you had young players, y'all won 35 games last year. So now you got to look at what you got on that roster, and you got to ask yourself, will this team right here, because LeBron going to eventually slow down. He ain't going to be able to play all those minutes and go that pace, like you said, the whole season. So now you got to figure out what you going to do with these young guys because LeBron already talking about, oh, you don't want to be around when my patience is all this and all that. And you know what he talking about.
I don't care about nothing he say.
But you got to think about it. So are they willing to keep those young players and let them develop under LeBron James, who is going to be complaining all day?
They won't develop. You can't. I mean, they won't develop under him.
And that's my point. That's why I said you got to let him. You got to trade him.
So why is he there?
He's there now. It ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, well, and so those other players.
Yeah.
And if you unload them, You have to bring. Who are you bringing in?
I don't know, but they gotta find somebody.
Oh, wait, that's not how you do it though.
You gotta find somebody. That's your job.
You don't get rid of them. But what if you don't find nobody? Then what?
You're stuck.
Exactly.
Yeah, but who's to say he's stuck?
Who's out there that's available?
I mean, you gotta find somebody. The only two.
Obviously, I see where this conversation is going.
Nah, the only two people I said.
Nowhere.
The only two people that I can say is going to get them to the playoffs that guarantee, because people still guarantee that the Lakers going to make the playoffs.
And Anthony Davis.
Those the only two.
Okay, that's fine and dandy. That's good to know. However, if you unloading all your everybody other than except LeBron, which means you're dropping 11 other guys and you're bringing in 2, you still need 9 more players to make 12.
No, if you only getting rid of 3 players and you bringing in Anthony Davis.
Wait. Okay, what 3 players?
Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, and then you already got. You bringing in Anthony Davis. You keeping Josh Hart, because I like Josh Hart.
Okay.
And that's about it. I'm pretty sure there's some players you can throw some.
They still got Lance Stevenson. He'll still be there.
Yeah, and JaVale McGee. They got Tyson Chandler. They got like I said, what's his name? Josh Hart. They got it's some pieces on there. John Rondo. You got some pieces that's going to fight. That's going to be chippy. That's going to be physical.
Well,
aggressive.
Okay, Kawhi Leonard ain't coming this year.
He ain't coming next year either. If that's what I'm saying. If you don't go for them right now, because it's already reports and it's stuff.
Okay. First of all, you're gonna have to guarantee if you're gonna get Kawhi Leonard this year, if that's your goal, you need some kind of guarantee that he'll re-sign with you, because he's a free agent after this year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're trading for him, that means once again that you're trading for two different teams. You got New Orleans and Toronto. So now you have to give up more than 3 players, because you probably have to give up 3 players to get Anthony Davis. Now who else you gonna give up to get Kawhi Leonard?
No, I'm not saying get all 3 of them. No, but I'm not talking about both. I'm just talking about if you got to choose between the 2. Either you gonna get
which one you want.
I really want both. If you're gonna ask me, but I'm saying if I could.
No. You just said.
No, I said either. You have to pick
either or. You have to pick one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I had
asking you which one, and don't say I want both, because you already said.
No, I'm saying if I had. That's not what I'm.
That ain't your choice.
No. Listen. I was actually being funny. I'm saying, like, if I could get both, I wish I could. But what I'm saying is, if I had to choose, I'd take Anthony Davis.
Okay.
But
what?
If I can't get him, I would take Kawhi Leonard as well.
You know what? See, that's what I mean about this conversation.
That's what I'm saying. You got choices.
You keep changing the parameters. First, it's one or the other. But if I could get both, I'd take both.
No, what I'm saying. Well, what I'm saying is,
if you can get both, you take both. So we already know that. So my question is, which one do you want? You got to pick one. Pick one.
No, you can't just pick one though. You got to go after. That don't work like that. You know. You the
one that just said
you got options, because they actually.
You can't change the parameters.
No, what I'm saying is this. They got choices. So you either get
choices. You just said you the one you said. You got to pick one or the other. So I said, which one are you picking?
One or the
because
other.
Whichever one you pick, I'll take the other.
I mean,
so pick one.
I can't really just pick one.
Well, okay? Then you can't say that. Then.
I can, because what I'm saying is,
Oh,
all right, I just